Okay, so we're gonna drop down to this basin. This is Paintbrush Basin, so we're in the middle, in between the Cascade and the Paintbrush. We're in the divides, it's beautiful. Let's go down. Welcome to another adventure of As the Crow Flies Hiking. So today we thought we'd go into Cascade Canyon and go up to Paintbrush and across the top of the ridge and come down. It's about a 20-mile loop. So let's hike, man. Maybe 20 miles, I don't know. We'll just figure it out as we go. Should be fun in the Grand Tetons. Let's get hiking. Well, what is your plan, your thoughts for plan to today?
So right now we're gonna go up to the Cascade Canyon, up to Lake Solitude, and then we're gonna assess it from there. If we have the energy, then we'll drop over to Paintbrush Canyon and we'll make a loop out of it.
Perfect.
20 miles.
20 miles. Yes, sir. Let's go. So we just came up the Cascade Forks horse trail. A lot of switchbacks straight up because you're coming up to this canyon. Finally, we're starting to get above tree line and see the mountains above. Sun's up behind me. This is going to be an awesome day of hiking. I hear waterfall, which is one of my favorite things, so let's see what we got. So we had a moose encounter. That was interesting. Two bull moose kind of noticed each other. It was kind of a standoff for a second. One went off into the woods. The other one just stood there and talked to us, I guess. So we're heading up to Lake Solitude. That's the plan. And then we're gonna cross this divide, we think. I mean, it's gonna be a long climb if we do up the divide over to the other canyon, Paintbrush Canyon. So we'll make that choice as we get there and see what happens. Mike was just looking at our maps and looks like that the next 5 miles is gonna be our elevation as we climb up to Lake Solitude, and then we go across the divide. And once we get up to the top of there and cross the ridge, then we'll have a steep descent down the mountain. Right now we just got to get through this next 5. Well, we made some serious climbing up to a little flat area, which is a basin, lots of waterfalls coming off, we think, Lake Solitude. I think it's this shelf up on top of here. Pretty much we think the divide that we need to cross over is there, and then you go to the other side to Painter's Canyon, and that's why we'll have some serious descent. What a beautiful place. Look it up here. And then look behind me. Wow. Here it is, Lake Solitude. Made it up here, I don't know, 9 miles? I'm not exactly sure. I think we'll get lunch here and check out this beautiful lake. Well, this is absolutely gorgeous, Lake Solitude in the Grand Tetons. Let's sit down and get some water and eat some lunch, and then we'll figure out how to go across this divide and up over this mountain. Well, this is quite a lunch spot. Lake Solitude. Still have a little gnats, mosquitoes. I don't know what they are, but they're not bothering me, and I won't bother them. I'm gonna eat my lunch and take a look at this. We have 2.3.
2.3 to the divide.
To the divide, so that means straight up climbing and even across some ice fields a little bit, and then we cross over to the other canyon, which is that Paintbrush Canyon. Then we'll go down the rest of the way. So we've done a lot of the hard miles this morning, and then this afternoon it'll pay off down the valley.
We're gonna take the trail right along the ridge up there until we hit that rocky point, and then we're gonna take a chute up through to the top of it and up to a plateau, and then we'll drop over to the other side.
Okay, as Mike just explained, we're gonna climb up this mountain. Pretty long way. On the other side, I think, is where the ice is that we're gonna have to traverse. We were down there on that trail this morning. Look how far we've come. Look at us now. We're up on a mountain. That's a long way down. There's our final switchback. We just switched it back for the last time. Now we'll climb up. I feel like I'm back in the Uintas again with the long switchbacks and the climb up to the top. Here's what we got left. So our task today was Cascade Canyon up to the top, and then Solitude Lake, and then do the divide. That's what we've done right here, finishing up the divide. Now we're crossing over, now down to Paintbrush Canyon. It's all coming to me now. I think better up on top of the mountain. What a great view, man. Let's see the other side. Okay, I got a little pumped there. I thought that that was the summit. It was a false summit. Had another switchback, and hopefully the summit's on the other side. Okay, now the mountain is just messing with me. Another switchback. I think we're close though. All right, there's no false summits here, and I think I see a sign, maybe. But yeah, this feels like a divide, like in between two mountains. Take a look, it's beautiful, 360. Hey, hey. Okay, so we're gonna drop down to this basin This is Paintbrush Basin, so we're in the middle, in between the Cascade and the Paintbrush. What about it, Mike? Paintbrush Divide. We did
Highly
it, dude.
recommend it.
I mean, I don't really know what you call it. You call it Cascade to Divide to Paintbrush Loop. I don't know.
The loop that they said was Paintbrush Cascade Loop.
Paintbrush Cascade Loop. Makes you
19.8 is what it was officially supposed to be.
Man, what a great call. This has been such an awesome adventure. I mean, we're not down yet. I could fall and it could all be over, but it seems like it's going to be okay.
And they did. They look how safe they made it. So nice. Before that, it slanted pretty good.
I slid down the last part of that and made it a slide. Unfortunately, I couldn't put my feet right, but now my butt's wet, which I'm good with. That's fine. I'd rather my butt be wet than me falling down this thing. Now we're really getting a view of Paintbrush Canyon on the other side as you come down. A lot of that scree, I think as Mike told me, this rock that's real fine and just slide with you, so you gotta be careful. Going down, I think the hardest part is over. Now it'll just be trail. We were coming through the snow and we looked up and there was a slide of rock all in that scree area where they were working on putting steps in. Luckily nobody was in that area, but we just came out of it. The rocks came through there and across the trail, and we just passed that trail, I mean, less than 5 minutes ago. Now we find ourselves in the Paintbrush Basin. Several shelves, like you would think, a shelf and then goes, drops down, and shelf and drops down again. And it should be a lot of fun just to go down and not go up the whole way. I think we're out of the snow now. We've dropped a good bit, and that looks like probably the last patch. I don't know, there may be another head, but we're dropped down so far you see greenery around. Based on what we did today, I would definitely say that the Cascade side coming up to Solitude Lake is a much easier climb. As we're coming down Paintbrush Canyon, this is a pretty sharp descent in places, and then you get to that cirque area near the top and it's a lot of straight up elevation, so something to consider. All right, we'll finish this out. I think we got 4 or 5 miles left and we'll be done for the day. Now we got a bunch of like zigzag switchbacks all the way down before we get down to the lakes. That'll be interesting. Back and forth, all the way down. After you come down the Paintbrush Canyon, you end up meeting back up in the woods with the lake down below. Then this loop turns right around the bottom of the mountain and heads toward the parking lot. And that's what we're on now. It's a long stretch in the woods. Well, that's the end of our long loop. The Cascade Canyon up to the Divide and Solitude Lake, and then up over the Divide of Cascade Canyon to Paintbrush Canyon. We made it to the bridge. Thanks for watching As the Crow Flies Hiking. I'll see you on the next adventure.